All right, you know what it is. This is a Diddy update. Diddy update, Diddy update, Diddy update. I'm going to speak on the abuse allegations against Diddy from back in his college days all the way up to now. Did my research. I feel like doing a little something today. Sit back and enjoy the ride, and let's do this thing how we do it. All right? All right, you know what it is. You Big Mac Audio, man. We here in the house. We're going to talk about Diddy right now. So check. There's been countless legal troubles for Sean Diddy Combs. A new in-depth report has been, raising troubling claims of, historical abuse, against Diddy and allegations from former friends, bad boy record employees, and artists claiming the scandal-plagued music mogul was a violent figure behind the scenes. All right, so now we're going to get into that, right? Rolling Stones published a bombshell report on Combs on Tuesday night, with the magazine claiming it spoke to more than 50 people in his social and professional environment, covering his time in the music industry and stretching back to his college days. I'm even going to give you one of them if you sit back, right? We're going to get into that. Because you already know Wendy Williams, the first one to get on his tail about that. The report, 6 months in the making, details that Combs has been an alleged history of abuse, violence, and intimidation, particularly towards women, and provides graphic descriptions about a series of horror events, as they say. Several sources told Rolling Stones that Combs showed flashes of violent and controlling behavior during his time at Howard University, right? I'm even going to tell you one incident, so sit back and let's ride, All right. In one incident described by some of Combs' college contemporaries, a belligerent Combs allegedly started screaming for his girlfriend to come outside Howard's Harriet Tubman Quadrum dorm, right? The student source said that several female students in the dorm were aware that Combs, known then that his nickname, was Puffy, was allegedly attacking his girlfriend outside the building and began raising the alarm in the dorm, right? Puffy is out here acting crazy, is what they said. He's beating her. The fellow student said, according to the first witness. A second Howard student witness, the alleged attack, told Rolling Stone that Combs used what appeared to be a belt to hit the woman all over the place. Now, that's crazy, right? Now, the second witness said Combs appeared super angry and was screaming at the top of his lungs, right? The witness said Combs whooped her butt, like really whooped her, right? All right, my son calling. Hold up. This is my son, Ma D.
Hello. This is a prepaid debit call from an inmate at Virginia Department of Corrections, Greensville Correctional and Work Center.
Oh.
To accept this call, press 0. This call is from a
All right, so this is my son, Ma D.
subject to monitoring and recording.
Yo, what up? I'm doing this Diddy article, so sit back and listen, or if you gotta go ahead, all right? But I had to answer the phone for you. I don't care if I'm doing a video or whatever. My son doing 29 years in the state, and I try and make sure I answer unless I'm out there on the street and things as well. Tell him something real quick who you are so I can get back to this.
My name is Jazzy Holmes, man. I'm a Muslim. I'm 32 years old. And this guy right here is my father, man. My role model, man. My everything, man. This new what he's saying, man. He told me that shit, man. This is priceless.
Tell him where you at and how much time you're doing.
Yeah, I'm in the state, man. I'm in Virginia, man. That Greensville Correctional, man. They got for 14 summers, man. I got on 10 left, man. It's all right, man. Hopefully my father can get there before then. But I'm all right.
All right.
Man, I need a pen pal or something.
All right, we're going to get into pen pal and all that crap in a minute. Gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. You see, he throwing this pitch. So if y'all want to write my son and you young ladies out there, you know, my number is on the screen, 917-680-9091. Now fall back, Ma. Let me show you where we at. So it goes, we're talking about when, you know, when Puffy was in college, how he went outside the Harriet Tubman dorm and was beating a female with a belt, allegedly. And these are the witnesses speaking about it. Rolling Stones did an article on it that I'm reporting on. It said the witness said that Combs whooped her butt, like really whooped her butt, and that the woman was trying to defend herself a little bit. She was crying, and we were telling him, get off her. You know, we were all screaming for him to get off her. That's what the witness said. The woman that Combs is alleged to have attacked at Howard declined to comment, but Rolling Stone reports that a third source also recalled the incident. So that was the Howard incident, right? So now let me give you part two of this, because it's a long one here, because Diddy obviously been a busy man, but I was locked up for 26 years, couldn't make history, and he made history, and this is how, you know, they tearing him apart by his past allegations, right? In another incident, Kirk Burroughs, Bad Boys founder and partner and president, claimed he saw Combs attack a woman inside the record label's office in 1994. Burroughs, who was fired from Bad Boy in 1997, and another ex-employee claimed they had to separate Combs from the woman after they heard screams and the sound of glass shattering, right? Now, let me say this about Burroughs. Kirk Burroughs, that's my man. Good dude, humble dude, real intelligent. You know, when I met him, he let me know that he's one of them that started Bad Boy, and Puffy just cut him out the deal, and that's what happened with that. So we don't know, you know, if he's speaking, you know, out of anger, retaliation, or if he's speaking facts. I'm just putting that out there. But he is a friend of mine, you know, talking about Kirk Burroughs, right? So now, Burroughs terrorized, Burroughs terrorized Combs' childhood, right? Abandonment, right? Including the murder of his father, contributed to his former co-founders' vicious cycle, and the women catch it the worst, is what he said, right? Combs allegedly attacked a woman inside Bad Boy office. In a separate account, Bad Boy employee Felicia Newsom, manager of the Daddy's House studio, alleged she once had to hold Combs back when he was about to beat the girl's ass after a fight broke out between the two women, right? In holding him by his waist, saying, "You need to calm down. This is not your fight," Newsom recalls. So two women fighting, and they saying that Puffy jumped in, and you know, Felicia had to grab him by the waist. Diddy's house is where a 17-year-old Jane Doe has allegedly she said she was allegedly, you know, gang-awed by Combs and former Bad Boy entertainment executive Harv Pierre in 2003. Now, part three, we're doing this in parts, right? As the sources of Bad Boy grew after the murder of the Notorious Big in 1997, employees claimed Combs became an overbearing boss, and people needed to learn how to speak Puffy, how to speak, you know, Puffy, in order to remain employed. So they had to learn how to talk to him in order to be employed, so he wanted them to kiss a little ass. See the little picture I got up there? Bad Boy for life is what they labeled him in the article. Another source said he was so volatile, he's always on the edge of snapping and being scary. People did whatever he said to stay in his good grace, and Puffy exploited people's desire to be in those environments. That's what the source said. The Rolling Stones report alleges that Combs was a controlling figure, unwilling to let the woman in his life move on after the end of the relationship. So that sounds to me like, let's ride a little bit. That sounds to me like Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick said, if I can't have her, he can't either. So is that where we label, you know, Diddy, but I love a dog, nigga. You know? I know I should let it go, but I love a dog. I keep beating the ass, but I love a dog. You know? How do you love her but you're beating her? You know? How do you love her but you won't let her go? If you love her, you're supposed to let her go and she will come back. That's what they say. Now, part 4. Diddy's physically attacked Kim Porter and her ex inside his claim. Right? So this we're gonna talk about how he physically attacked Kim Porter and her ex, right? Actress and model Kim Porter, who died from pneumonia in November 2018, dated Combs and on and off from 1994 to 2007 when she got tired of it. They shared 3 children, son Christian, 26, and twin daughters, Delilah Starr and Jesse James, right? 16. Now, they also raised 32-year-old Quincy Brown, Porter's son, with singer and recording producer Albie Shore. 2 sources claim the music mogul physically abused her, right? Former Bad Boy rapper Mark Curry adding, I remember Kim used to go through a lot of stuff. If you live around them, you get to see the toxic relationship. Some people like toxic relationships, you know. But I'm going to bring Mark Curry up here because that's my man too. I'm cool with Mark. I'm going to bring Mark Curry up here and we're going to discuss some of this. Y'all want to see Mark Curry up here discussing this? Put this in the comments, right? So now, I think every relationship is what he said. I think every relationship he had that I experienced around him was like that. So he's saying he's been a serial, you know, emotional, but I love a dog ass nigga. Porter briefly dated late music executive Shakur Stewart in 2000, which his mother said led to an assault on her son. So Puffy allegedly assaulted, you know, her son Shakur as well. Combs is accused of assaulting late music executive Shakur Stewart at a wedding in Italy after Stewart had begun a relationship with Combs' on and off partner Kim Porter. So he was really protecting, you know, Kim Porter. So obviously Kim Porter put it on him. During the alleged incident, which occurred in 2000 at music mogul L.A. Reid's wedding, Combs is accused of seeking out Stewart in his hotel room and assaulting him. So they say Diddy went to, you know, to Stewart's room and said, hold up, nigga, you talking to my girl, you know I love her, you know you can't have her. You know what I mean? That's mine. So he claiming that. He left him bleeding on a hotel floor in Italy. LeBriz said he had to have stitches, and then Combs threatened him, I'm going to kill you, is what they said. That's when I said, you need to get out of this business. This man is crazy. You know what I mean? That's what Roger Barnes said he said to him, right? Now, part 5, right? Ever since his former girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, the singer known as Cassie, filed a lawsuit in November 2023 alleging, you know, SA and physical abuse over nearly a decade, Combs' legal problems have continued to mount. But now, let's keep it 100. Let's ride. We're going to ride with this, right? Combs' legal problems started when he went against the powers that be with the liquor company because they put him in place and felt that a nigga's supposed to stay in his place and accept what they give him and not challenge it. Puffy felt like they was putting too much money behind back in the other 2 liquors that they had 100% of, and he had 50% of DeLeon, you know. You rat bastards, correct me if I'm wrong, if it's not DeLeon. But, you know, that they was only putting limited money behind that because he owned 50% of that, so they only get 50% of the profit, so they kind of made DeLeon more like a household hood name while they held up Casamigo and Ciroc. Big time, they even had Suki with the good coochie. She did a song about it that I was at the premiere downtown, you know, with Eddie Tran. That was fire. Now, in March, Combs' homes in L.A., Los Angeles and New York and Miami were raided. Federal agents aided a sex trafficking investigation. Now, we on part 6. We rolling right along. Let's get this thing going. On Wednesday, CNN and the LA Times reported that federal investigators are preparing grand jury subpoenas for witnesses to testify in the sex trafficking investigation. The later report noted that that little is known about the federal probe, including the identities of alleged victims. Combs has previously called the probe nothing more than a witch hunt via his lawyer. That witch hunt word has become popular. Round of applause to Donald Trump. Round of applause to Donald Trump for introducing us to the witch hunt. You know what I mean? All right. Now, not saying that it's a witch hunt, but I'm just saying that that's the terminology that he used, right? Now, where we at? So now, despite settling the suit with Cassie, Combs has denied assaulting her and also denied the claims in the other SA suits. He then faced further intense scrutiny earlier this month after a 2016 surveillance video that showed him violently assaulting Cassie in a hotel lobby was obtained and released by CNN. Now, CNN involved with this. When they get involved in nigger business, that shows you that you're no longer a nigger, that now you're a public figure and they can make a bag off you. So the same way little old YouTubers like me reporting on this, now you got CNN, reporting on it. Notably, in the Rolling Stones report, 3 of the women who have accused Combs of a SA in recent lawsuits has spoken publicly for the first time and revealed that once they learned of Combs' alleged pattern of abuse, they came forward in hopes of holding a mogul accountable for his actions. I think they came forward to get some of that bag because Cassie showed them how to get a Diddy stimulus. So let's stop the crap. Not saying what they say is not true, but all this about they want to hold him accountable. Nah, chick, you want the bag. Nothing wrong with that, just say it. Joy Dickinson Neal, Kristen McKinley, and an anonymous Jane Doe spoke about their individual experiences. Dickinson Neal, who sued Combs for SA in November 2023, said that her decision to come forward isn't about money, it's about making sure the world sees this man who rose to the level of an icon is actually sick and has left so many victims in the wake of his unpublished disguising behavior for years. So now, hold up, let's take that one back, right? She said it's not about money. So, Miss Dickinson, Neal, give me the bag. If it's not about money, give me the bag. Give my viewers the bag. Donate the bag to a charitable cause and don't take a dime, and then we'll believe that it's not about money. Because right now, I feel you want the Diddy stimulus. So let's stop the crap and we reading through this. Not saying none of this is not true or that I'm picking sides, but when they make fake statements like it's not about the money, then give the money to charity. Stop the foolishness. You understand what I'm saying? Now, woman business colleague alleges Diddy wanted to solicit her for sex at a 2001 party. So he wanted to get you to go, give up something at the party, right? So in the first time allegation, a woman under the name Anna told Rolling Stones Combs attempted to have sex with her at his party in 2001 after he was acquitted of the weapons charges stemming from a shooting scuffle at the now defunct club in New York, Times Square, in December 1999. So, he got over that case, and after he got over that case, he wanted to get with this chick. You know what I mean? So Combs allegedly threw a party in celebration of the verdict when Anna, a freelance graphic designer working with Bad Boy's marketing team, was approached by Combs. This is what she said. She said, I'm getting touched. She said, I'm getting touched on my shoulders, my arms, and my back. He's like, oh yeah, you like that. I know you like that. Like really, really gross, she exclaimed. You know what I mean? Did you report it back then? Just a question, not picking sides, but did you report it? But like she said, this is the first time she came out. I wonder why. I wonder if she's going to be in a lawsuit trying to get a bag and saying that, it's not about the money. And you know what I mean? Now, right? I was like, no, so much. And I sort of floated my way out of there, right? So he touched her a couple of times, you know, probably was a little tipsy, and you said, nah, I ain't trying to mess with that, right? Anna says she discovered weeks later from her boss girlfriend that Combs allegedly requested her boss to solicit me for sex on behalf of the music mogul. I felt quite unsettled after this for many years. When people ask me about my days at Bad Boys, it's just, you know, overshadowed by his crap, she said. You know what I mean? So she came to talk about the good time she had there. Part 7, right? A lawsuit that was filed on May 24th, 2024. Plaintiff April Lumpus, right? I think that's the white young lady, accused Combs in a lawsuit filed in New York on Thursday of SA for 4 terrifying sexual encounters between 1995 and 2001, including 3 incidents of R and 1 instance of Combs forcing her to take ecstasy. So what did he do? Hold it down and put it in her mouth? I'm just asking. You know what I mean? The feds is tracking down people seen in videos taken inside Sean Diddy Combs' mansion report, right? That's what the reports say. Federal investigators have obtained video from inside the mansions of Sean Diddy Combs and are tracking down and interviewing potential witnesses identified from the footage. This is including a male sex worker who claims to be a victim, according to a new report. Male sex worker. What the hell was Diddy doing? Was he doing this? These are allegations, but if they're allegations, my man, you're not looking too good, right? Now, it was not immediately clear if the video was taken by Combs' own security cameras or by someone inside, and the images were not immediately made public. The revelation came from CNN, from a CNN source who told the outlet that Combs' accusers could soon testify before a federal grand jury. In a typical grand jury investigation, jurors would be showing evidence and witnesses' testimony before prosecutors ask them to approve a criminal indictment. Let me explain to you how this thing works now. They say that a grand jury is so lopsided that they could indict a ham sandwich. And you know what I mean? That's what, you know, our ex-president Donald Trump is going through. Yeah, I heard, my D. 1 minute. So where we at with this so far, my D? You catch where we at? You want to say something real quick?
Nah, I'm just listening, man. That shit gets deep, man.
All right. Well, if you want, call back. If you want, call back. If not, hit me later, all right? You riding with me on the show today. You know, he in prison, so he got, you know, this is how we spend our time together, and I don't want you youth to have to spend the time with your fathers like how I'm spending mine. But we all make mistakes, and we all try and get rehabilitation and get therapy and things like that. The same way, if any of these allegations are true, Diddy need to get rehabilitation and therapy and be able to adjust back into our society. But instead, it's like they ostracizing them, and they, you know, that's why they call the witch hunt, and they're stoning them to death. They want him demolished. You know, look how they even got the mugshot looking picture that they used in the Rolling Stone that I got on the video right here to the left. Is that crazy? Yo, my D, I love you, man.
I love you more. Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam rahmatullah.
Thank you for using GTL.
All right, you know, that was my son. You know, that's how I have to deal with, you know, what's going on, just so you understand, right? So now, let me finish. It's also unclear whether the subjects are listeners from some of Combs' other wealthy friends or lesser known figures, right? You don't know, you know, who these people are, if they's wealthy friends or, you know, just regular niggas like us. You know what I mean? A series of And you know what? The bodyguards became regular niggas like us because Diddy didn't give, what they call that, like benefits. Like the brother Gene Deals said he worked for him for X amount of years, and he didn't give him any benefits. And for sure, if you work for somebody, you're supposed to get your benefits. So I gotta agree with him for that. You know what I mean? I gotta agree with him for that. I got to. You know what I mean? Now, the outlet reported that federal investigators have also interviewed multiple accusers. Combs' accusers are obviously obvious likely witnesses for the federal investigators. And in their lawsuit, they've identified other people who authorities will likely question, right? If the grand jury is going to hear from these people, yeah, he's getting indicted, said Derek Parker, a former member of the New York City Police Department Hip Hop Intelligence Unit, who took part in a 1999 investigation in a nightclub shooting, which Combs was acquitted, but his protege, Shine, went to prison for a decade. Parker previously told Fox News Digital that there could be an indictment before July 4th after the Ventura assault, video emerged. Now, it may come sooner, he said, predicting an arraignment and bail decision before the first day of summer. Right? Now, but as accusations continue to emerge, 2 new lawsuits were filed against Combs this month. He says investigators have more and more witnesses to interview. A lot of people are saying a lot of things and they think they can't get subpoenaed, he said. If you put information like that out on Instagram or social platforms and you were there, the government gonna want to know about that, just so you understand that. His accusers have also included snapshots and cell phone images that they took themselves while attending Combs parties in New York City and abroad on yachts. In addition to the accusers coming forward with civil lawsuits, authorities in Miami arrested a Combs associate named Brendan Paul on drug charges. Parker said he suspects that the feds are working towards racketeering charges. Parker, who wrote the book Notorious COP, meaning Notorious Cop, about his experience in the NYPD's hip hop unit, warned in April that evidence in Ventura's case would be subpoenaed by the Justice Department, overriding any potential non-disclosure agreements reached in the settlement. Now, so that means that Cassie will be testifying as well. You know what I mean? So they say overriding any, potential, non-disclosures that was agreed on in the settlement. Authorities have not announced any criminal charges against Combs to date, but they expect him to be doing so. Rolling Stones, right, notes in the report that the magazine sent Combs a detailed list of questions about the new and pending allegations, but that he did not specifically address them. Stop it, Rolling Stones. You know he can't address them if he's getting ready to go to court for it. Let's stop the bull crap. You know what I mean? But that's how you can see all this is put together. But not saying it's not true. Let's get that straight. Not defending Diddy, not defending his actions, because if so, he deserves to get justice, whatever you feel that justice is. Now, Rolling Stones also said Mr. Combs cannot comment on settled. This is what his lawyer said. Mr. Combs cannot comment on settled litigation, will not comment on pending litigation, and cannot address every allegation picked up by the press from any source, no matter how unreliable, said his lawyer Jonathan Davis in the piece. We are aware that the proper authorities are conducting a thorough investigation and therefore have confidence any important issues will be addressed in the proper form, meaning the court of law, where the rules distinguish facts from fiction, right? Because you know how they say you're innocent till proven guilty, and hear all evidence before you make a decision beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, what's your opinion on this, everybody? That's what I want to know. What is your opinion? Do y'all think he's going to jail? That's one. Do you think that he's going to jail? Or two, do you think because of some notable figureheads that's allegedly involved, he'll get out of this? Meaning, because of the people that he got on tape, do you think to keep their name out the media that, Diddy would get out of this? In other words, like some people said, I heard some conspiracy theories that they ran up in Diddy's mansion because they wanted to get the tapes because they had politicians and big people on it, and Diddy was blackmailing them, and so he couldn't blackmail them. They seized the tapes so that they could have it, and they're not going to charge Diddy. They just wanted the tapes. Bull crap. But that's what they're saying. So I want to know, what do y'all think about this? Put it in the comments. You know what I mean? Make sure you cop the book of Raw in Harlem. Cop the book of Raw in Harlem at rawinharlem.com. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like this video and share this video. I just gave you a full update on everything going on with Diddy so far up to date. So listen out for further information. And I want to thank Rolling Stones for an excellent article. And I see the picture you used of Diddy over here on the left, looking like a straight criminal in a mugshot. Let's get this right. And let's not forget, 50 Cent just sold, the surviving Diddy and all this stuff that he gathered to Netflix. So everybody's getting ready to eat. You know what I mean? Will the evidence indict Diddy? That's what I want to know. Do you feel the evidence will indict Diddy? Yes or no? Do you feel the evidence will indict Diddy? You know what I mean? That's what it is. Now, I'm about to tap out. Been here long enough, but I got to say this before I go. You rat bastards. Get a life. All right. Let's go.
Cheers. Toast the crime. Toast the crime. The crime. The crime. The crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in Uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the root men.